everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today is going to be a chit chat video. I do have some monthly goals that I'm very excited about. I already kind of started them. I'm into my third week now of doing these goals. Basically right after my March chat video, I started the goals, so I will talk more about that. I do have some sad news that I'm going to save till the very end of the video, and so you can skip over the sad part if you want to. Before I get started with the new topic, I do have a follow-up from last month's video. Do not get Primal Pit Paste. They changed their formula and the new stuff did not work for me. It was clumpy and really uncomfortable to like rub into my pits, and like as I'm rubbing it into my pit, usually it's like melting in, it's nice and luxurious, and it wasn't doing that. It was grainy, little crumbles were falling off onto the floor, and I could have dealt with all of that, but the worst part of all is it didn't even work for me. It was basically like the Toms of Maine. It worked maybe like half of a day max, and then didn't work. So I will not be repurchasing unless they switch back to their old formula. I've heard a lot of complaints and dissatisfaction about the new formulation, so hopefully they switch back. I ended up sending them a very long email talking about all the things I didn't like about the new formula. I had opened one jar, so I sent all of it but that one jar back for a refund because it was really just that bad. So I definitely don't recommend it. It is not the same as it was when I was gushing about how much I love it. So that leads me to, I need some suggestions for deodorants. I'm almost done with the jar. I've had to use it at least twice a day, and not only that, I'm using a lot more. It's just not melting in as well, and so I'm using a lot more of it. So I need suggestions for different deodorants. I picked up 2 at Target that are aluminum free, but I don't know how they're going to work for me. I'm going to try them, but I am in the market for a new deodorant. I do want it to be hippie-tastic, especially no aluminum, but none of the other stuff, no parabens, phthalates, that type of thing. As hippie-tastic and natural as possible, but I don't want to stink. That's the main point. I don't want to smell bad. If you have suggestions for deodorants that you like that are more hippie-tastic, I would love to know what they are because I'm in the market. I want to thank you guys so much for your input and advice regarding Olivia's situation. With the schooling, I really just loved being able to read your comments, see from professional perspectives, from parents' perspectives. It was just really nice to have all the different advice and opinions and hear all sides of it, so I really, really appreciate that. At this point in time, I've contacted 2 different like testing services, psychology services. I do want to kind of get a grasp of where we actually are because, you know, the school's saying she's really advanced. I know that she's advanced. I'd like to get some like standard testing done to see where she is. So like the tests for 3-year-olds are just fun little games and activities. So it's not like she's gonna be like sitting down doing math problems or something crazy. She's gonna be going to a facility and having like basically an interview with people. So we may end up doing that. I've looked into a couple of different testing facilities and testing options that we can go with that. I thought it'd be nice to just have like a baseline of what we're dealing with. Some of them test IQ, some of them test developmental age, so they can just tell us she has the cognitive abilities of a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever it is, to see kind of where we're at, because I'm kind of at a loss for where we go from here. As far as schooling and the plan right now, she is going to be moving up to the next class up, which is mostly 4-year-olds. There are still some late 3-year-olds in that class, so she's going to be moving up. I think it's either next week or the week after. She's going to be moving up and testing out that class, and it's going to be good because some of the kids are moving up at the same time. It's just like a school-wide thing where kids move up to the next age group, and she's going to be in with those kids that are moving up. It's going to be an adjustment period for not just her, which I think is good. It's just going to be something we're testing out, and we're going to just go from there. If it doesn't work, we'll put her back in the same class, and then I don't know, we might look at a different school. I really did love the Montessori schools because of the mixed age group, and so we may, you know, pursue those a little bit more than we did the first time. I have hesitations with that because they are 5 days a week, and I really didn't want her in a 5-day-a-week thing. At the end of the day, I'm going to do what I think is best for her. So, you know, the Montessori schools are 5 days a week. A lot of them are way more expensive. We will cross that bridge if we have to cross that bridge. So right now, you know, my main focus is to just make sure she's got the right placement. All that to say, if this doesn't work out, we will look for alternatives, decide what we're going to do from here. I do like the idea of her being in a mixed age classroom or with the older kids, if that's where she is, you know, cognitively. We're just gonna see at this point. I did end up doing a monthly meal plan this month, which I really liked doing. I just kind of used the same idea for the whole month. I talked more about that in my grocery haul video for this week, so you can go back and check that out. I will link that down below for you guys. I'm just kind of in a rut with the meal planning stuff, with life in general right now. Things are kind of stressful. I'm definitely just bummed out with life right now, so I'm trying to make it super easy on me and just work on the basics. Get a basic meal plan going. The last piece of news I have for this month before I get to my goals is we did our Bluebonnet photo. So this is actually a photo from last year. Well, you guys can see that. We went and took some again this year. We just did this ourselves. I'll insert a clip of some of my favorite ones. I've shown a few on Instagram. My Instagram is always listed down below for you guys if you're interested in seeing more of like the day-to-day type of stuff. I do post photos over there. But yeah, Olivia did great. She really did not want to do the photos, so we bribed her with a piece of Easter candy and it really worked. She participated enough that I could get a couple of good shots, but she was having a bit of an attitude about it. She did not want her photo taken. So I actually ended up with a lot of silly ones because she just was not in the mood to actually sit there and smile. I do have April goals, which I've already been starting. My main one is to work out 3 days a week. I'm on my 3rd week of this now, and so far I've worked out 1 time. So I still got a couple more days in the week. I can get those other 2 workouts in. I did get my elliptical set up. I've shown that. I think in my last vlog you got to see that. I have a little exercise mat underneath it so that it won't hurt our hardwood floors, and I've been loving it. I just set my Kindle up on the machine and I can watch TV. I've got the Hulu app, the Netflix app, and also the YouTube app, so I can watch whatever I want. So 3 workouts a week has been really nice, and going along with the same thing, I am doing, I called it a 30 days of squats, but I didn't actually keep track of when I started the squats. I actually have it written down in my planner, but I'm just gonna keep doing them. So I am just trying to tone my legs and my booty, and so that'll help with that. I'm doing 50 squats a day. So once I feel like that's a comfortable thing to do, I'm gonna add in some abs exercises too. So it'll just be a little quick daily exercise routine that I'm throwing in. It's something I can do anywhere, so like I'll be cooking dinner, I'll be working on my squats at the same time when I'm waiting for something to simmer or waiting for the oven to preheat. I can sit there and do some of my squats, and I just keep up with it throughout the day. By the end of the day, I get 50, and there have been days where it's like midnight, I'm getting ready for bed, and I'm like, oh darn, I haven't done my squats, so I'll stand in the bathroom, knock out all 50 of them at once. But I really like to do it in like shorter bursts, ideally. I did miss 2 days of the squats so far, but other than that, I've been doing them every day, and it's been a fun little mini challenge to do. So I don't have like a definitive goal about this next part, but I am working on the snacking thing still, just like I talked about last month. I feel like I've been doing really good. I've gotten to where I eat like a full dinner most nights, which is good. I don't have that afternoon snack session that makes it so I'm not hungry for dinner. I don't always have an after dinner snack, and when I do, I try to make it a more light and easy snack, more on the healthy side, but sometimes it's not. Like last night I made Johnny and I mug cakes and it was amazing. I will be filming that recipe at some point. I just really loved the mug cake. I'm just working on picking better snacks and limiting my snacks still this month. It's not really a set goal like I'm gonna eat a healthy snack every single day. I'm not tracking anything. I would like to lose some weight, but I'm not tracking calories. I'm not keeping track of anything like that. I am just trying my best from day to day, and sometimes I'm gonna eat the cake. I'm just gonna let myself do it. I think it'll be my goal probably for May, but it's to work on my sleep. I have been staying up way too late some days, and I pay for it the next day. I definitely can't get away with staying up late anymore. There were 2 nights in a row where I had trouble sleeping and I just didn't go to sleep really early. I paid for it both days, and the second day I was just completely a zombie, so I really have to work on getting in bed on time. It's really just like basic life stuff that I should be doing. I should be sleeping right, eating right, and getting exercise. These are all the adulting type of things that I'm gonna really just work on this month. We have a full-blown 3-nager. She's actually really good. We've definitely had more of the talking back and the 3-nager moments. I feel like we got really lucky with the terrible 2s. I think we are still really lucky with the 3-nager stuff, but man, when she is acting up, she is acting up. I ended up taking her grocery shopping after our trip, and she was just a bear. The entire time in the store, she was a bear. She lost her iPad time because she was acting up so much. She just didn't want to be there, and she made it known that she didn't want to be there. She didn't have like a full-blown temper tantrum, but she was just trying to grab things off the shelf, and she wasn't really listening, and she was just just acting up, just showing she didn't want to be there. I would say 99% of the time she's a perfect little angel, and then that 1% she can be so naughty. Some of the times it makes me laugh, some of the times it makes me ragey. Even when she's just being her normal everyday sweet self, she talks so much that it can be really exhausting for me. I'm an introvert and I need that like quiet alone time, and so I have been really taking advantage of the preschool time to just chill. She just talks my ear off all day long. I just like to sit in silence at the end of the day with all the stressful things going on, with the full-blown 3-year-old going on. I'm just tired. I'm just like, every day I'm just kind of tired. So I'm hoping that the working out will give me more energy. Exercise can give you more energy. So I'm still waiting for that energy to kick in. So anyway, going back to the healthier choices and the snacking choices, I found 2 different foods that I want to talk about. They're my food faves. One of them I got at Whole Foods. It is the Chow cheese, and I showed it in my Costco/Whole Foods haul. Oh my goodness, it tastes like real cheese. It's a vegan cheese. It melts and it's ooey and gooey and it's delicious, and I could not believe it. I tried the Daiya cheese, which is really not good. I really tried to like it, but it was just not even close to cheese. But the Chow cheese is actually very cheese-like, so I will definitely be buying it again. I think it was like $5.99 for the little thing that I got, which was a lot of money, but it's so good. I'm really happy with that one. Another thing I recently discovered was the pop chips. I don't know if we have ever bought them before, but at first, like the first time I got them out, I'm like, these are kind of blah. At first, I wasn't a real fan of them. The first time I had them, I was still gonna like finish the bag. So the next night I got a couple more, and by like the 4th night, I was in love. I don't know what it is. They're really satisfying and crunchy, and they aren't as calorie dense as other potato chips. I think that's the appeal, is they're like lower calorie. But I really like them. I think I'll try to get some of the flavored ones maybe. The plain ones are just salty, and it really feeds that snacky side of me, which I want something that's crunchy and salty. So I like crackers, I like chips, I like pretzels, I like all the salty goodness snacks. It's just a little bit of a smarter choice, so I will be trying to buy those in the future as well. So this is the part of the video that's gonna be the sad part of the video, and so click off if you don't wanna hear some sad news. I lost 2 grandmothers this month, basically back to back. So I have a single mom as a parent. I don't know anything about my dad's side of the family, but I have 3 sets of grandparents from my mom's side of the family. So 2 sets of grandparents because my biological grandparents divorced and remarried. So I always knew them as 2 sets of grandparents. They did that way before I was born. And then I also have a 3rd honorary set of grandparents that are actually my godmother's parents. So I've known them growing up. They've always been my grandparents. So I am just blessed to have had 3 sets of grandparents growing up, and now they are all gone. And so it's been, I'm gonna try not to cry. It's been a really big shock. And unfortunately, I did not get to see one of my grandmothers before she passed. It was just a really sudden thing, but the other one was hospitalized, and I did get to go and say goodbye to her. She was already so bad off by the time I got to see her that I don't know if she realized that I was there or not. I'd like to think that she at least heard me being there for her, but yeah, I got to see her, and a few hours later she was gone, and I'm just really glad that we left when we did and we got to see her. Olivia wasn't allowed to see her, and to be honest, it would have been quite scary for her to see her great-grandmother like this. But with flu going on, they didn't allow children. I do have some great aunts and uncles in that same generation left. I don't want to get weepy, but it really just shows how short life is. I have just been sad and weepy after losing my grandparents, hugging Olivia a little bit tighter, and it makes me definitely want to see the still living grandparents on Johnny's side and let them see Olivia some more. So that's going to be part of our summer vacations. We're going to see the grandparents. This is exactly why I saved this to the end, because I wanted the rest of the video to be okay and happy, because now I'm like on the verge of crying just thinking about it. Life is short, and just hug your family tight and trying to remember the good times. And one of the pictures I showed in my Q&A is of my grandma Janie. I don't know that I have a picture handy of my other grandmother, but this was Grandma Janie, who ended up passing away. That's the picture I showed in my Q&A when you asked for childhood photos. So it's just really hard thinking that they're both gone. My other grandma, my grandma Rita, has been really sick for a long time. She had a stroke and she's been in a nursing home for a long time. She was mostly not all there, so we have visited her a couple of times, but it's been a long time. She just didn't really know who we were. After losing my grandparents, it just is a really good reminder to go visit everybody and make the effort to see family members. You just never know. So it's just really weird to think I don't have any grandparents anymore. I did the rest of the video so I wouldn't cry and I wouldn't lose it, but I think that's it for this video. I talked about all the things I had on my list. I should have a budget video for you guys this week or next week. I don't know how it's going to work into my editorial schedule. I may not have a every weekday video for you guys coming up because there's been like a week recently that I just didn't film hardly anything. Give me some time to get back onto the weekday thing with all the legal stuff going on and with losing my grandparents. It's just been a tough month, and so I may just not have weekday videos for you guys. I may try really hard to get them done and kind of throw myself into it, but right now I'm just trying to stay afloat. So if you see videos missing here and there, you know why. But I wanted to share this all with you guys. I hope you guys are well. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.